Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Growing Clip Bonsai for Seniors. We got to start all over again because something happened. I forgot the pot and everything, so I had to stop everything. But today is December 17th of 2024. It's Tuesday. It's 36 degrees Fahrenheit or 2 degrees Celsius. We're working on our Tasmanian Tiger, our Spurge, our Euphorbia Carassias. The height is 12 to 18 inches or 30 to 45 centimeters. The width 18 to 24 inches or 45 to 60 centimeters. It's toxic. That's why I'm wearing gloves and eyeglasses, because if you get it on your skin or on in your eyes, it's poisonous. So you don't want to get anything wrong with your eyes from getting any sap into your eyes. That's why I'm wearing eye protection and gloves. To water it, you got to thoroughly water it and then let it dry out. I got it as a gift from my neighbor that went to Ted's greenhouse. So, let's start on it all over again. So I took it out of the pot. It was planted in this pot here. And I got a root rake from Matt from Bonsai, Bobcat Bonsai. So we're taking it out and we're looking for the trunk on it where it starts into the soil. So we're just taking the soil off little at a time, little at a time. I'm just trying to find out where the trunk is and what's actually going on with this tree. So, let me open up my bucket. Get everything out of the way here. My old soil bucket, because this is still good soil. Let's lift it up a little bit. And always try something different. Always try something different. Now this plant, you're supposed to do everything in the wintertime or very early spring. And the reason is that if you prune it in the summer, it doesn't take off. Like other plants, when you prune them, they just take off and they start growing again. This one does not. It just sits there. So your pruning goes for nothing. So what you got to do is let it grow like crazy all summer, and spring and fall. And then after that, you go from there. Now you can see on this big plant, it doesn't have too much of a big root system here. I mean, it's got a lot of little roots. Just going to take that soil out. Now Matt makes these with either a metal handle or a wood handle, and they're always I like wood. I asked him because he gave it to me as a gift. And for those with you with arthritis, wood is good for your hands. It's better than the cold steel on your hand. That's why I like the wood. So I don't know if this is all fibrous roots here. I think that's about as much as we can take out. I got a bigger pot in it. I got some, as drainage, I have lava rock in there and some other stones. So we can get into here better. You can see it's a twin trunk, but I don't think we're going to keep it as a twin trunk, because this is more of a sucker growth there. Maybe not. We can, just to give it some life, and grow it as a twin trunk, or we can keep it as a main trunk, but You know what? I'm going to cut that off because, you know, nothing cuts wood like ironwood. That's why I'm using ironwood tools. And if you want a great gift for your friends for Christmas, go to ironwood. Great, great tools. There we go. So we got it out, and there's the sap on it. I'm going to let it sit on the paper towel here. And I'll try to use it as a cutting. See, so now we have a nice thick trunk here. Now there's a lot of nodes on here, what I call brains, so it's easier for you to remember. And a lot of people also use mud to seal the wounds of the plant. So for this euphorbia, I think I'll just keep it like that. So I'm not going to cut it too close. And right now, let's see if we can get our needle nose. I think we're going to cut this drastically. And we're going to take, we can grow this trunk thicker, so we can try to do that. We'll cut this here. We're just going to see how we are. This one, we don't need it over here because it's growing in a goofy direction. We're going to cut this back to here. We're going to see if these branch out right above the brains. You can see the sap is oozing. That's why I got paper towels here to catch it. Now this is a big old trunk here. And I want to keep it short, but I don't know if this will back bud. But you can see over here that it does back bud. So what I'm going to do is cut this main part off over here. And we're going to try to grow this as a little bit of a there we go. Put some soil on there so it don't drip. We're just going to let this heal over, and you can see how it looks now. Now you're going to say, Tom, why don't you cut these off? Well, we want to get a full bush out of it, like a full canopy. Small, but a full canopy. So let's see what happens. We're just going to let this drip, but we're not going to let it drip too much because it's all over the place. So all I'm going to do is dab it, and that way there, it helps it to dry out faster. And then, like on a poinsettia, or poinsettia, as some people call it, but on a poinsettia, it's great to take the sap off, because by doing that, sometimes it's toxic to its own self and it'll start to rot the stem back. So we're going to keep this like this. Now I could have had a smaller pot for this, but when it goes outside, I don't want it to be tipped over, especially by the squirrels. And I'm going to put it something like this into here. Now we can take some of the sap off of here. Take the sap out of there, let it dry. There. Now we're just going to take a little more into the bottom root ball here. Just loosen it up, loosen it up. That's all we're going to do. And that way there, we can help get a nice radial base to it. And as you can see, there is a long, really long root right there. Now that one we can cut. So I'm going to use this one for the soil. And I always take my ironwood tool sharpener to sharpen my tools once I get done with a video to keep them pruned up nice. And you can see on this one, it's emitting some sap out of it. So let's get that in there. Put our pot here. And I should have brought another paper towel, but we're going to let the roots sit over here. And we'll get our Ted's mix. That's a good fast draining mix. Oop, don't fall down on me, little one. And his mix is like cocoa core, because it doesn't look like peat, with perlite and lava rock. So we're going to just stick it into here. Later on, I can always put in a small ground cover for it. See how we are. There we go. And we got this part growing here, so we can probably do it a little bit off center. Put it like that. And we can keep this as the front. I think we can keep this part as the front and plan it out. And then once these dry, I can probably put a couple of them, if they root, I can put them into here, because I got from Andrew. Andrew, I'm getting senile here. From Buffalo Bonsai. I knew it. You know, you forget your name early in the morning. Well, Mr. Clock says we got to hurry up because it's 8 o'clock a.m. in the morning. So we got a boogie here. So let's get our soil mix in here. Say, Tom, this is a big waste of space. Nah, it's not. If these other ones will take off and root, then we can give it a shot, a try. So we're just going to put it in. And we'll take our chopstick. Everything in there real nice. Got some top roots here that I can just clip off, or I can spread them out more because I didn't get it in deep enough. So let's get our little cup. Now these cups, I get them at Walmart. They're cheap. Easy to use, easy to handle. So here those roots will spread out. Now, this section here, I think we'll water it a little bit. And then we can put some cuttings here and see how that works, but we're going to stick them in dry. Then after a couple of days, I'll water this section. So that might work. Something different. Make our little forest with this as our main tree. So let's see if we can take this main one here and just cut it, this dead piece off first. Because this is all scraggly. This one I'll save for later. But I got a nice one over here, so we'll just strip the leaves off. Throw them there. We'll get Mr. Elephant and just give this little section here a little bit water. I'm not doing a lot because what I want to do is get these in. And we're going to stick this one here. Well, that's live TV. Live TV. Let me go get it. You know, people would edit this stuff, but you know me, I don't do no editing. What you see is what you get. I'm going to stick that in there. And then after about 3 days, I'll give it a watering. I got another nice one here. We'll just strip the leaves off. Just like that. Can you see it? Yeah. And by dabbing it, you can see it's almost dry. And we're going to stick another one over here. Get a little bit of soil on there. Stick it in. Push them in. I can put some soil in there later. And let's get another one. Let's see what we got here. We need something smaller for over here. Maybe one in the back. So let's see how that'll work. Chopstick. We can put another one maybe here. Now, I don't know if they'll root, but by drying them off, we got a better chance. Put that in there like that. And then I'll put some more soil on the top. Let's get another one in. I got a big one on this branch here. So we can cut that. And I gotta soak it in, see all that sap running out? See what you gotta do? Take a paper towel and just dry it. Just dry it. See? Okay, we'll take the leaves off. And then this one, we're going to put it around here like it's coming up in this corner of the woods. Or maybe over here, since that's our big tree there. And we'll just stick it right there. Now, it's not too wet in this section, because I stuck it deep. Here we got another one. Let's go, Tom. Let's move our butt here so we don't bore you half to death here. Now we're cutting right below the brain. Those little bumps on there. The tools are getting sticky from the sap. So right now, all I'm doing is just dabbing it. let's get this all off. And get another tree over here. It's dry in this section. And let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One more we'll put over here. They want you to follow the rule of 7, but as long as it looks full, I don't care how many are in there. On here, on here. Paper towel, let's dry it off. Got it on my gloves. See, it's a good thing you wear gloves. I got it on there because I didn't dry it off right away. Just let your paper towel sit on there and let it dry real good. Just like that. So, take our chopstick. I'll put this one in here. Now, you know, I could really fill this in with soil, which I should a little bit. But right now, it's like hills and valleys here. Sometimes in the forest, when it rains, you get hills and valleys. Hills and gullies. Got them pushed in real good. It's just wet right in this area, so we got this in there. So after 3 days, we'll give it a little bit of a watering. So let me get some more soil in there. Right there. You gotta put your thinking cap on today, Tom. You know what today is? Today is Tuesday. It's detective night. And in the winter months, I like to watch a good old Sherlock Holmes old-time radio show, or some of the old-time movies with Basil Rathbone and Nigel Bruce. Oh. So, just like that, we got them all in there. Now we're going to try some of Buffalo Bonsai, Buffalo River there. Gravel around here. See how this takes off a little bit. I put it in here. This is his, from where he gathered his stones from. And we'll just stick it in. I know it's not going to be enough to fill it, but we can always put some of our Peace River gravel in here with it. So we can do like one section over here. I'm going to say, Tom, these might rot on you. No, they're not. I'm going to give it a try. Whether they grow, whether they back bud, we're going to try out. Because if you don't try, you don't know. And you can see that cut over here is drying as we speak. Getting long. It's almost running on 8:15. Mr. Clock says, Tom, hurry up because the people like to take a break and watch another video. Okay, now we're going to take our Peace River gravel. Now this gravel looks pretty neat. I mean, it really looks looks good. Andrew got some good stuff there. Now we're going to put this side over here as a transition. We got a little rock here we're going to put here. Open this up. Take this. Throw it in the corner here. And Andrew, you hit the nail on the head. Look at that. I think his is a more naturalistic look. But they're both good. It's a transition from one area to the next. So, videos are kind of long. I got my, I don't want to bore you to death. I mean my tags out. So we'll stick it in here. And we'll go from there. A little soil on the top there. That's all right. I'm gonna dry it out, and then these other two I'm gonna plant in another pot later. So I'm letting these dry out by just touching them, and we'll go from there. So you take care, everybody. Have a good day, and enjoy Tuesday tonight with a cup of tea and a good good old time radio show with Sherlock Holmes with Basil Rathbone and Nigel Bruce. Take care, everybody.